Please welcome Lindsay Hardy.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing this morning? As most of you know, I'm not a morning person, and I'm like, why does Jordan put me, I'm glad I'm not first, but definitely not a morning person. As those of you who know me, I am really excited to be here, and I definitely need some encouragement, motivation to get started this year. So what I'm going to do today is I want y'all to take some notes, but you're also going to be able to go back with your past. I've put a lot of information on these slides for you because I want you to know exactly what I do with my customers. So I'm going to briefly talk about finding customers, but I'm also going to give you every step that I do with a customer once they enroll, because we want to keep those customers, right? Really, a customer isn't a customer until they are loyal to you and they continue to buy those products. So that's what I'm really going to focus on. This is my, actually, let me go forward. This is my family. So you can see I am actually married to a football coach, and he's going to be speaking on Saturday afternoon. He's here with us. Where's my husband? Tim? Yay! So that's my husband, and then we have 3 children, Jackson, Will, and Anna. That's us on the football field there. We do spend a lot of time. So I'm a really busy mom. I'm always on the go, and I'm telling you, if I can figure out how to do this business, you can too, right? We just have to figure it out. So that's what we're here for. Now, when I started USANA, my kids were this age. Aren't they cute? Do y'all see the slides? Are they up there? Yeah, they're behind me. Okay, so those are my kids when I started USANA, and Jordan played football for my husband at Wheaton College. So that's how I was first introduced to the business. At that time, they were 4, 2, and baby. I went to a presentation, and we did a one-on-one meeting, and then I realized, I was like, you know what, it's just not the right timing for me. And I said no. I was like, sorry, I don't want to do this business. And then 3 years later, we moved back to Atlanta, and it was actually the perfect timing for me. I was not looking for USANA, but they reached out to me again and said, I think this business would be great for you. And I said, okay, let me look at it again. But I hope this encourages y'all, because if you've talked to people, like Andre said, planting those seeds have been planted in my life 3 years before. You know, and I might have joined another company had they not been planted. But at that time, I went back to Jordan. There was this other guy trying to recruit me for another company I won't mention. And he's like, I don't understand why you didn't sign up with me. I'm like, well, because I had a relationship, and I had already learned about USANA 3 years prior. And so I finally said yes, and it was the perfect timing. But again, as you can see, my kids were little. We were running all over the place. And so I knew that if these products could help people, that I would continue doing the business. And that's really what I told him. I said, yeah, I want to make money, but if these products are as good as you say they are, and they help people, then I'll continue doing this. And so here I am, 6 years later, still doing the business, right? So when you're building with customers, briefly I said we're going to talk about finding those customers, but really it's about the experience that your customers have with you, okay? So customers are loyal to people, not necessarily products. They can get USANA products a lot of places. So you want to take really good care of them and make sure that they have a great experience. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about upgrading your customers to join your team. So this is one of my favorite quotes. You're not selling, you're serving people. And you'll see, if you only remember one thing through this presentation, I want you to remember this quote, that it's all about them. This isn't about you. This isn't about how much money you're making. It's all about your customer and making sure that you're helping them reach their goals, okay? So it's all about them. And whenever you feel discouraged in your business, just ask yourself, am I more concerned with my customers and helping them reach their goals, or am I more concerned with myself? And a lot of times when I'm in a negative place in my business, it's usually because I'm being very self-focused instead of others-focused. And the more others-focused you can be, the more success you'll have in your business. So most of us know why customers are important. Does anybody want to share any reason why they would think customers are important for your business? Anybody want to say anything? Why are customers important? You can read my slide, actually. It's coming. You want me to share the slide with you? Yeah, so product belief. As Jordan has always said, our products are superior. That's what we're known for. We have amazing products. So the more product belief you have, do you think if you have more product belief, you're going to want to share that with other people more? Yes, right? Customers who love your products also lead to referrals in your business if they have a great experience with you. It creates residual income. Some people think, well, I just need to build this business and build a team. I'm going to talk about this later, but a lot of my team were my customers first. A lot of you in here who are on my team were my customers first. So a lot of them will join your team. And then significance. I think that when you're building a business, yes, we want to be successful, but it's building a business of significance that's going to help you enjoy this business more, okay? And again, that's that theme of it's all about them. It's all about serving other people. You will find more joy when you help other people reach their goals than when, and then you'll make the money too. So it's like a win-win for everybody. So my first product belief, this was my first customer, Stan. And I met Stan in the gym. I was actually a personal trainer when I first started. And Stan had some hip pain, and I put him on the Precosa. I'm like, I have no idea if it's going to help you. Like, I don't know. You're my first customer. I was like completely honest. I'm like, I don't know, but I've heard this is a great product. And he started taking it, and then about 3 weeks later, I got a call from Stan, and I remember I was so nervous. I can see myself exactly where I was, and I'm like, does he like it? Does he not like it? I have no idea. And he's like, Lindsay, I feel amazing. My joints feel great. This is the best product ever. And I think I went in the kitchen and did like a cheerleader jump up and down. I was so excited that Stan loved the products. Well, then I got a call from Stan about a month later, and he's like, so why did I get more products? I didn't order more products. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell him about auto order. Oh no. And fortunately, Stan was a nice guy. He didn't get mad at me. But I think it was that experience that allowed me to say, I've got to take better care of my customers, and make sure they understand how this works and that they have a great experience, because I didn't want anybody to have that experience again. And then my other product belief, one of my biggest ones, was my dad. So this is my dad. And I love my dad. I'm a daddy's girl. And so my dad, I didn't even realize he needed to lose weight. And then he's like, I want to try your reset program. And my dad ended up losing 50 pounds, felt amazing. And I was like, yay. And my mom lost weight too on the reset. So I became like the reset queen. Jordan was always selling Pro Packs. I'm like, I want to be the Pro Pack princess, but I could sell resets like they were going out of style. So my dad had a great experience with the reset. And I would stand up and talk to people, and I would just share my dad's story. I didn't even have to talk about the reset. And I knew that if I could help my dad, then I could help a lot more people. And then I would help somebody else, on the reset or with the vitamins. And it was just, I kept getting these great results. And so I don't think I would be standing here today if I didn't have that product belief. Well, I know I wouldn't, right? So it's the products for me that allowed me to build a big business and grow a big team. Now, this is an analogy I use a lot. It's a little bit cheesy, but I think you're going to remember it probably more than anything else I say. So there's a lot of potential in front of you. There's people everywhere. And you may say, well, my market's saturated, or I have so many friends that sell USANA. But Danny Johnson always says there's 2,000 people behind every person that you know. And that's really encouraging. So everybody that you talk to, maybe that you work with or your kids go to school with, they know 2,000 other people. There's so many people. So I'm going to use this analogy with Legos. This is your potential, right? And if your kids come to you and they say, Mom, I want to build Legos. How many of you have kids in here? Okay, how many of you don't have kids and play with Legos yourself? Anybody? Okay. Some of those guys, right? Probably, yeah. So your kids, let me use the analogy of the kids. So your kids come to you and they're like, I want you to help me build something. And so in their mind, they probably have a vision of what they want to build. For the girls, it may be, I want to build a princess castle. Or maybe some of the girls are just like, I don't want to build the castle. The castle's like the 7-figure income. And then I just want to build a barn. I just want to get my groceries paid for, right? So you have people in your business or yourself where you've got to have that vision of what you want to build. You guys, I had to write the words because I was like, I don't even know what those are. I'm not a Star Wars person. I was like, I'm not going to be able to say. So maybe you guys want to build the Imperial Star Destroyer. Or, yeah, I don't even know what that is. Or maybe you want to build the Google Images, thank you. Or maybe you want to build the Obi-Wan Jedi receptor. Did I say that right? Yeah? So whatever it is, you may have that vision, and that vision may change. But your business consists of people, right? So all these Legos represent people. And if you get a customer, that's awesome. But if you don't keep the customer, then you're never going to build your Princess Castle or your Imperial Star Destroyer. You've got to keep those people there, right? Okay, so that was cheesy, but did that help kind of give you all the vision as we move forward? So this quote, worry about being better. Bigger will take care of itself. So how many of you in here want a big business, right? A big business consists of people, and you have to take care of each individual person. really well, or they're not going to stay, and then you'll never have a big business. So if you're really good at recruiting people, but you can't retain them, and I'm talking customers here and associates, but you've got to retain those people. So think one customer at a time and take care of each one the best way you can. And that's what I'm going to focus on as we move forward. So that quote is by the Lands' End founder. So as you're exposing, finding new customers, the main thing you want to do, I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly. Remember that it's all about them. You want to have a contact list. How many of you have a contact list? Right? So what I would do is get a book, not just like a piece of paper. I used to do that, and then you're like, where'd the paper go? I don't know. I lost my contacts. I forgot. Or if you have so much going on in your life, you're like, what am I supposed to do today? I have no idea. So get a book that you're not going to lose, like a nice book, binder, whatever it is, and then keep your contacts in there. If you meet somebody, don't stress about like organizing it perfectly, just put names down in there. And that way, like I could go back in my book that I have at home, and I might look back 5 years ago and find that person that I totally would have forgotten about had I not put them in a book I could keep. So you've got to keep growing your contact list. You want to intentionally meet new people. If y'all haven't been to Danny Johnson's seminar, I highly request going there. She will spend 3 days on talking about meeting new people and asking questions. So I sat next to a lady on the plane, and we probably, no one would have said anything, but I just asked her a question. Like, why are you going to Orlando? Like, we're both going there. And we talked for 2 hours. It was amazing. We actually shared contact information. So you've got to intentionally meet new people everywhere you are. And then what I do is I connect with them on social media. So she and I connected on social media. So if I hadn't done that, I would probably never see her again. But now that we're friends on Facebook, you know, we're connected. So that's what I do. That's not what you have to do, but I usually do that if I feel safe with that person. I don't connect with everybody. But, and then you want to, there's a lot of ways to build this business. So what I'm going to do as we move forward is I'm going to tell you how I've done it, okay? So I like to attract people to what I'm doing. People want to know that you can help them. They don't want to specifically know all the ingredients in the product, or they want to know, is that product going to help me? Or can she help me? A lot of people call me and they're like, my friend just told me to call you that you could help me. So they don't see me as like, oh, you're just selling me USANA products. They're like, you can help me. You can offer me that value to help me. So, and you know, people can see that. I'm not teaching on social media now, but people can see that, whether that's in conversation, when you share a testimony or share a story, or you really talk about why you're doing something. I always tell people why I'm passionate about what I do, because that's going to let them know, like, oh, she's passionate about actually helping me, not just making money off of me. Interest your customers into buying, like do Facebook Live videos, or connect with them emotionally. I got 10 customers just from doing a Facebook Live with the Apple test for a week. Like, it was amazing. But people they're interested. You got to educate them and teach them. Let your why be louder than your what. I love that. Let me see where I am. Okay, be more interested in others than you are your product or your service. Okay, now we're going to move into the experience, and I am going to walk you through. This is my customer, Mary. Here she is. This is my customer, Mary, okay? So Mary, I'm going to walk you through, if Mary came to me, exactly what I do with Mary to get her on the products and to keep her on the products, okay? Are y'all excited about this? Yes? Okay. So, again, it's all about the experience. You want your customer to trust you. You want them to have conviction about the products. You want them to have a positive experience, right? To be committed, to have a good feeling about it. So again, all about the experience. So when Mary asks me for more information, that's usually what I do. My business tends to be someone messaging me on Facebook, or they've seen something I've posted, or so-and-so at school told me that I should call you. You know, they might ask about the Cellsentials, they might ask about the Reset, or no, the My Smart Kit, they might ask about whatever it is. So everybody's going to be different. But this is kind of the general thing of what I do. I would write back to them first and say, well, tell me first, what are your health goals, okay? So I would either write that back, or if I knew them well, we would get on the phone. So either or. But I always just say, what are your health goals? That's like my default. What are your health goals? Because ultimately, I don't want to send them information until I know exactly what they want to achieve. Because they might be interested in the shakes, but they need to lose like 30 pounds. So maybe I need to put them on a 28-day program. But I don't know that unless I ask them that. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, what are your health goals? And then you want to follow up with a simple email. I used to send like a book to them, like all kinds of videos. You want to just go, okay, I don't have to send too much. Less is more. My husband always tells me that. Less is more, honey. Less is more. Don't talk too much. I'm going to talk a lot right now, but less is more. So you want to follow up. Keep it really simple. And that actually takes a lot of pressure off yourself because you're like, all I really need to do is send them a link to what I recommend and possibly a video or two, not more than that, okay? They don't have time. What I've done, and this is something you can or you don't have to do, USANA has amazing videos for us. So again, I'm going to send them information based on what they told me. I recorded a webinar of myself, kind of giving them a general overview of why I trust USANA. So I did that, and I used Zoom, and I uploaded it to Vimeo, and I'll send them that. And so it's really nice because it's not just like, here's the vitamins. I want to educate them on what's happening in their cells and why they should take the vitamins. And that's actually really worked well for me and saved me a lot of time because it's just a tool that I can send people. And sometimes I'll have, like, I had a guy call me before Christmas. He wants to lose 100 pounds. Actually, his wife bought him it for Christmas. That was a great gift. But he's actually having great results. And I didn't really have a tool that I thought was great for him, so I just made a new one. Like, I recorded a webinar just for him, like I was speaking just to him. So there's a lot of things you can do with that, but USANA's got great tools. So I would send them, like, literally just like, here's what I recommend for you. I used to be wishy-washy too, but now I just tell them what they should get. And then I always add a couple more products, and I'm like, I would also additionally get this, and usually everyone writes back and says, okay, just get it all for me. So I used to just say, oh, you're just interested in the vitamins? Okay, just take the Cell Essentials. But now I'm like, I would also recommend for you, based on what you told me, the Hepasil, the probiotics, and the digestive enzyme. And they're like, okay, sounds great, get it all. So you want to kind of throw that upsell in there and be very confident about what you're recommended. Don't be wishy-washy. They're coming to you because they want to know what you recommend for them. And then I just let them know real quick, hey, to place your order for you, I'll get you a discount. I keep it really simple. I'll get you a free customer. I can get you a free customer account, and I'll get you a discount. And all I need from you is your address, your email, your credit card, and your CVV number. And I just include that in the email, and they'll just give it back to me pretty easy. So, and then I'll enroll her as a preferred customer and set up her on auto order. It's very important to set people up on auto order. I used to not do that, and now I just don't even make it an option. So Sarah Cox, where's Sarah? You're way back there, yay! Sarah is a leader on my team, and she does a great job of getting people on auto order. And one of the things she's saying, again, with that auto order reward that they get, she just says, hey, and you'll even get a rebate on your first 2 orders. Like, isn't that a great word to use? Just a rebate. You don't need to explain it all. And she's like, and they need to be on the vitamins anyway for 3 months. So I love that word, rebate. It's really good. You're going to save more money, and you're going to get a rebate. Oh, yeah, sounds great, right? Okay, so let's move on. Now, you don't need to write all this down. I'm going to walk through these each individually, okay? It looks like this takes me like 5 days to do. This takes me minutes, okay? This has become a system, and I'm going to give you all my template email for this as well. So this does not take long, but I promise you it's worth spending more time with your new customers in the beginning because then they'll stay with you. Wouldn't you rather do that than like work to get them and then they don't buy from you again, right? So, okay. So this is the customer template email. And again, I said you could go back and you can get these from your slides, okay? So it would say, Dear Mary, I'm so proud of you for making the decision to improve your health. Here's your free USANA customer account and how to use it. And I just give them, go to usana.com. Here's your ID number. Here's your password. And I have a short tutorial that I created. So you can use Screencast-O-Matic and just record yourself teaching your customers how to use their account. It's super, super simple. I include that link for them, and then I send this to them. So literally every time I sign up a customer, I just copy and paste this for them. Then I add their ID number to my phone. I like to be very organized because then if they have a question or if I'm here and somebody has a question, I don't have to go look in my reports for their ID number. It's right on my phone. So if you have an iPhone, you just put that where it says company. Do y'all see that? So I just made up Mary Happy Customer, that's her name, and because she's happy. And then her ID number, her phone, and I put all her information in there. So it keeps me organized. There's sometimes I want to walk away from my desk and not do it then, but I'm like, no, do it now, do it now. Then what I've done is I created a Gmail contact list. I used to use what do you call it? MailChimp. And I realized I was never sending them out because it was just too much time. So now I just literally go to Gmail. Once I add her to my phone, I add her to my Gmail contact list, And then I have a preferred customer group in my Gmail contacts. So whenever I want to send them out information as a group, it's super easy. I just send it to the group. And I always BCC it, blind copy it, so that they can't see everybody's emails, just to protect their privacy. Does that make sense? All right. The other thing you can do to add more value, you can create a Facebook group for your customers. I highly recommend doing this. We have a team one, but I really recommend starting one for your own customers. I'm going to get my leaders, some of my leaders already do that, because then you're going to take care of your customers. You can promote promos. You can do Facebook Live videos in your group, but that's going to give them extra value. Okay, and then this is something else I do monthly, and this is why I like doing this. So like today, actually I did this yesterday before I came downstairs. Every week, there's a report you can create in your hub, and it's called, I'll have to teach all this sometimes, but basically there's a report you can create where you can see whose auto orders are coming up this weekend. So what I do is every Wednesday or Thursday, I check that report, and then I make a list of who my customers are that have auto orders, and I actually send them a text, and it looks like this. Hey, Mary, Happy New Year. I know a lot of my customers personally, or I get to know them if I didn't know them before. I'm very relational. I hope you and your family enjoyed the holidays. It looks like y'all had a great trip to Florida. I just want to remind you about your upcoming USANA order. Please let me know if you need anything. Make sure it's updated by Friday night. This gives me a reason to talk to them every month without annoying them. Isn't that good? Because then you're staying in touch with your customers. You know what's going on. They're hearing from you. It doesn't take me long. Literally, it probably took me 10 minutes to text all my customers. I copy paste it. Make sure you change their name if you do that. Or like, oh, I've done that before. I'm like, I'm sorry. I have made that mistake. But make sure you change their name. Try to throw in something personal though, to let them know you weren't copying and pasted if you know something going on in their life. But this has been amazing. I have never gotten somebody get something they weren't expecting. So they don't turn off their auto order. They keep it on. So this is just extra service, and it's not just about being hyper compulsive about it. It's just, it works really well, and it helps me stay in touch. And then again, these are just extra values you can do. A Facebook lifestyle group. You can run nutrition programs and challenges, do topic webinars with your team on different topics. You could run classes, live events. I mean, there's so many things you can do with your customers. And then in closing, I would say that almost 50 to 75% of my team were my customers first, okay? So I definitely have led with customers. I believe that when people fall in love with the USANA products, they naturally want to share them with others, right? So Kathy's here. Where's Kathy? Kathy's on my team. Kathy lost 40 pounds. Yay, Kathy, stand up. Kathy lost 40 pounds, and it took her a while, but she eventually joined our team, and she is amazing, so much fun. Courtney's here. I think Courtney's back there as well, and Lindsay. So I have a great group of girls, but they started out on the products, okay? So like Andre said, I always plant the seed with them. Once they love the products, I'm like, would you want to join our team? Share them with others, be a part of a great community? It's so easy once they love the products. It's natural. And then a lot of them, even if they're not making a lot of money right away, they just stay on the products because they love them so much, and they still share them. And then Sarah, I told you all about Sarah, but Sarah literally was one of my first customers, and she had such great results with the products. And I remember being so nervous. I was like, she's a customer, but I don't want to really annoy her. But I just said, hey, Sarah, like, you're sharing this with everybody. Would you want to join my team? And it was just as simple as that. And she said no. She's like, I thought you were absolutely crazy. She's like, I just quit my job to stay home with my kids. Why would I start a business? And lo and behold, I think I'm on like 2 weeks later, and she's like, yeah, I want to join your team. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So like Andre said, if you don't plant that seed, it's never going to happen. Just do it. Like, get over your fear and just do it. Sarah is like my top leader now. I would not be who I am or where I am today without her or anybody else on my team, because I literally call her all the time, like, can you give me wisdom about this? And I always say we're kind of like a married couple, because she's completely opposite than me. Like, she's so good at organization and I'm not, and stuff like that. So anyway, but she's amazing, and it's all because I just planted that seed with her, right? But she could still be just a customer. So I'm almost done, guys. Sorry. So Sarah has a great experience. Plant the seed. And I just ask questions like, would you like to get your product paid for? Would you like to learn more about health by being a part of our team? Whatever I know is going to be their trigger point. Do you want anyone in your life who could do you know anyone in your life who wants to lose weight or improve their health? Would you like to have tax deductions? So just simple questions like that. But usually it's just like, I know you love our products. Would you want to be a part of our team? Just very easy. Okay? So in closing, the best way to build this business is to have an attitude of serving other people, to make it all about them. When you genuinely listen for needs, offer solutions and care about others, you will be successful in finding and keeping your customers and business partners. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for y'all. Does it feel like it gave y'all some ideas of things you can do to better take care of them? Yes? Okay. So start implementing that. It's not as overwhelming as it looks, really. If you just start that system, send them an email, send them those reminders, make sure you're checking in with your customers. I think you'll find that your business naturally becomes bigger because you're better. All right? So y'all have a great day.